What's up, y'all? This is Dominic with PoorPumperSociety. So I'm heading to a job right now. I am going way out in the country. I haven't really been to this part of the county before, so it's going to be a new experience for me. And the only thing I will say about kind of branching out is you're going to run into different styles of tank. So over here, if you are getting a septic system put in, you usually go through a precast company, and that's the manufacturer of the concrete septic tanks. And all of these different companies have different forms. So depending on where you got your septic tank from, it's going to be different. Now, most of them are generally the same, which includes an inlet and an outlet, but there are times where I run into some that are really strange, saying that they maybe just have one giant lid in the middle. Some of them have 3 lids. So that may be the only thing I encounter. I just spoke with the customer on the phone. She said she was mowing above the area she thought the septic tank was at. So I guess it must have been pretty thick with grass, so they're gonna make it a little bit easier on me. But if this is your first time watching, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Hit that notification bell that'll let you know when I drop a new video. And if you want to try out any of the tools I use in my videos, you can check the description box down below. Those are affiliate links, so it will help out me and help out the channel. And without further ado, let's get to pumping. Yes, sir.
You can tell where that grass lost its vigor right there. That's probably over that big cement top on it.
Yes, sir. What I see a lot of times happen is a lot of times that tank is so shallow that grass doesn't get enough moisture, so it'll dry up. Yeah. So I've seen people lay sod and water it, and it still won't grow. So that probably is where it's at. So that's perfect. So I'll have a great idea where to start digging, and it shouldn't take me too long.
Now you can pull up here. The line, as you see right here, goes in 90 degrees left of that propane tank and goes over there.
Okay.
And then our laterals go that way.
Yes, sir.
But I don't know if this is too big. Have you got enough right out here?
Yes, sir. I've got plenty of hose. What I'll do is I'll probably drive forward, back up right there, and then just run a couple hoses. Okay. And then I'll stay off the lines, and I'll have plenty of room to do everything.
And now this is Doug Cotton is the guy that installed this for me.
Okay.
And he recommended y'all.
Okay.
And anyhow, he had a bunch of fill, if you can see on this first picture here in the background, that we brought that up. And so he had to put some extensions on this thing.
Yes, sir.
That had bolts on the top of it.
Okay.
Have you seen that kind of?
I've seen those. They look like green domes.
Yeah. But he put those on here, and the top of that tank is probably between 10 inches and a maximum of a foot under the surface. Right? Okay. Do you need these?
No, sir. I've got everything. I got pictures of it, so I'll be able to find it really quick. I'm like the septic tank whisperer.
Whisperer. Well, we'll stay out of your way, Dominic, if you want to go ahead.
Move my mower.
Yeah.
I can move that out of the way for you.
That's fine.
All right.
I
Okay.
really figured, right there where it's sitting, ought to be pretty close to where the tank is.
Yes, sir. And I've got a soil probe so I can find the edges and.
I'll drive around there where you put it in.
All right.
Put the bag in for you. Okay.
All right. Well, I'll get to it. I'll tell you, a lot of these old ranchers, coolest people ever. He's like, I'm gonna stay out of your hair. Just let me know if you need anything. You need water. Just let me know. So trust me to do a good job. So that's why I want to provide the best possible service, especially for people like this that really appreciate what we're out here doing. So I'm gonna pull the truck around, and it should take about 2 hoses. I'm gonna do my best to stay off the field lines. He had pictures of everything where the lines are. That's what you need to do when you get a tank installed. Make sure you know exactly where it's at. That way, when the time comes and needs to be pumped out, know exactly where it's at. So it did a good job of mowing the space for me. See, we got a 3-inch clean out and some nice sandy soil. Tank's gonna be right here, maybe a little further out. I feel something right there. Dig so far each time. If you're to just go through what the state of Texas recommends, they recommend anywhere from 2 to 5 years, but it all depends on how many people are using the restroom, how many gallons of water are used a day, and then of course what's being flushed down. So
most time it's just my wife, myself.
Yes, sir.
You know, we don't poop that much that often, but
right.
We got kids, grandkids, and great grandkids.
Yes, sir.
You know, come in, and I think it might have gotten a little overloaded here a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, y'all noticed that gurgling or maybe running slow?
It seemed like the drain was going a little bit slow going down.
Okay.
But and I've noticed some smell back here, but I've noticed that for years.
Yes, sir.
Sewage smell back here.
Okay.
I guess it's coming out of that vent up there or something.
Yes, sir. And a lot of times too, I'll be able to get some better insight once I pop this lid open.
Yeah.
Maybe we can kind of gauge whether it needs to be pumped out sooner, or maybe this is right at the right mark. It just varies so much between tank to tank.
Got a problem?
So we got the moment of truth right here. It's been 6 years, occasional RIDGID. We got 2 people living in the house with grandkids visiting. Okay, let me get my hook. Pretty thick. This did not want to come out, so let's see if I can kind of scrape it with my little pry bar just enough to get it to pull out. Don't got a lot of wiggle room, and I'm sure there's some corrosion going on. It's starting to wiggle now. I don't want to break that rubber handle. I'm not a big fan of these. All right, and mostly water. You can kind of see where that corrosion is taking place. Makes the bottom of these really brittle, especially in this one spot. You can see it's just falling apart. So that's a venting issue. So we got both these lids popped open, ready to be pumped out. Thank goodness we had risers because it was pretty deep. So I'm gonna stay away from the field lines, drop a couple hoses. Gonna use the CrustBuster to mix up a poop smoothie, and shouldn't take me too long. Let's get to it. I appreciate it, ma'am.
Oh, you're welcome. We're gonna have ham sandwiches. Would you like a ham sandwich?
I'll take one for the road. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ham and mayo?
That'll work just fine.
Okay.
I appreciate it, ma'am. You can see how it blends everything to a nice consistency. That way I can just dip my hose in there. I've got a little vent drilled on my stinger. I don't know if you're able to see that, but you can hear it. So it's allowing some of that air to breathe, which will help pump this thing down faster. And then I don't gotta worry about throwing the hose around. Now, this may not look like it because there's not really a floating layer up top, but there is going to be sludge at the bottom of this. So I am going to go ahead and drop the CrustBuster down there and mix it up as well. That way I'm not having to scrape all along the bottom of the tank. So as I was pumping, the customer also brought me out some cookies, some Ruffles, and a couple sandwiches. Greatly appreciated. I love when customers do little stuff like this for us. It means a whole lot. So I'm gonna enjoy this on the way back home. So we got that one all finished up. Great couple. I mean, whew, you really appreciate customers like this. It really makes you want to do the best job possible, and I feel like I did, so I'm glad I can leave this job happy. I did let them know probably next time they want to get it pumped out sooner than 6 years. Of course, on the outlet side it's going to be water, sludge sunk to the bottom, but that first compartment, if that gets really thick, most cases average homeowner will be able to just pop open that lid and poke it with a stick. Buy some time before we're able to go out there and pump it out. But if you're elderly, I believe this customer not able to move around as great as he once was, and I don't want them to have to experience a backup. So I let them know, give us a call a year sooner, a year or two sooner. That way we can pump this out and make sure you don't have to ever encounter any problems. So they're very appreciative. I'm always available to answer any questions asked by a customer. I want them to feel comfortable and feel knowledgeable living in a home with a septic tank. So I'm pretty sweaty. it's October and it's still hot. And some people were asking, they're like, is that Ray from Evangelion, yes, that's Ray Chiquita. I know there's like a whole meme base around that, but if you look closely, she's got on the Smells Like Money button from the Wet Show last year. So yes, I have been dropping subliminal hints. I do like anime, all that. So if you feel like you've been hearing stuff, you're not. I'm doing all this intentionally. I'm ready for some fall weather, but that's the video. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments down below. Hit that like button. If you haven't yet, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And as always, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good one.